Hello, everybody, and welcome to Vinyl Treasures. I'm your host, Johnny G. John Galindo. I want to welcome you to the Thursday afternoon show this August 8th, 2024. It's the 78th show. I apologize for being late today. I had to, Barbara called me the other day. She was not feeling well. I mean, I haven't seen Barbara in a couple weeks, but supposedly she has, her test was positive for COVID, so my mother made her some chicken soup, chicken noodle soup that I brought over a little earlier, so it put me a little bit late here. So, but I hope she feels better, and now hopefully her mother won't get it, because her mother's up there in age and she has COPD, so that is not a good thing. But anyway, I hope she'll do well. But I am here for a Thursday afternoon. We got some cool 78s out of my collection. Big Dave Swinger, you thought that was... Who do you think that was? Well, there we opened up with a pianist from Stamps, Arkansas. Then he relocated out to California. That was his very first release on the Downbeat record label. On the label, it's Big Speed McDaniels. And that one there released in 1949. It was called the Jumpin' Boogie Blues. And that is none other than Willard McDaniel. Willard McDaniel, his first release was as Big Speed McDaniels. And of course, he was a session musician, I think first for Specialty Records. Then I have a couple of releases by him. I don't know if I have the special. I think I do have his specialty releases on a 45. It was like 1951. But he has also releases on the Bahari Brothers Crown label that I did buy way back when I first started collecting. But this one from 1949, Big Speed McDaniels, a.k.a. Willard McDaniel from 49 on Downbeat, called the Jumpin' Boogie Blues. Well, without further ado, we're going to open up with a cool up-tempo. Then we're going to play the music chronologically here. So let's open up the vocal portion. It's actually an old request for listener Edmund Williams, and he requested a group called the Robins. And for their major part of their history, the group was associated with independent producers Lieber and Stoller, Jerry Lieber and Mike Stoller. But in early 1956, the group's manager, his name was Chuck Landis, he kind of pushed them away from Lieber and Stoller because they were just working out a deal with Atlantic Records. And two of the members of the group decided not to go, that being... at least I should say stay with the Robins. That was Carl Gardner and Bobby Nunn. So they would go with Lieber and Stoller, and they formed that group, the Coasters, that recorded for the Atco record label. But the other members, Grady Chapman and Ty Terrell, and I think the Richards brothers, and I think they added one more singer, H.B. Barnum, they remained as the Robins. And there was an associate of their manager. His name was Gene Norman. He owned the GNP Crescendo record label and starting a new label called Whippet Records. So I guess the Robins were that exclusive group on the Whippet label. They had 7 releases on the Whippet label. This is their first. Features the great Grady Chapman on lead. So this is going out to Edmund Williams. We open up from March 56, the Robins on Whippet. The song is called Cherry Lips.
Oh, Cherry Lips. Cherry lips, tell me, do. How do I rate with you? Cherry lips, sweet as sugar cane. Kiss me till I feel no pain. Cherry lips, whisper in my ear. Cherry lips, whisper loud and clear. Pure as rain, red as wine, sweet as grapes, hang
Yes, a cool tune there. That's going out to listener Edmund Williams there, The Sound of the Robins. Grady Chapman and the Robins, March 1956. That's their first of 7 on the Whippet record label. Gene Norman's Whippet Records. Cherry Lips is the name of the tune. The flip side's good too, a song called Out of the Picture, and that is a 78. I have the 45. I have actually a couple of copies of the 45, but that is a 78. I think I told you folks the deal that I did with Glenn Fousel as he was selling his 78 collection. I had 3 Beatle LPs he wanted. All right, I said, look, I'll trade you the LPs for the 78s. And he always felt that I had the better deal. I don't know, maybe I did. But the Beatles versus the Four Seasons is not an LP that you normally see on the VJ label. But no poster, though. And what do you want for 5 cents? Johnny G here on a Thursday. If you're new to the program, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel, as the show has. I got the report from YouTube this morning. They said I had 140 subscribers the last month. That's a lot of subscribers here to the program, so thank you all for that. And I don't know, some astronomical amount of views and hours listened. So the show is growing leaps and bounds, folks. Tell your friends about it. Let us continue here. You know, we count down the music chronologically here on the on the 78 show and also on the Saturday night show when I'll be back. But let's start it off here with a flip side from the last 78 show. Actually, it was a request for Mark Langdale in Australia. I featured Savannah Churchill and the Five Kings. Came out on Irving Berman's Manor record label. The side I played was called Sincerely Yours. Now, Mark wanted to hear the flip side, so let's give a listen to the flip side before it goes back down in the No Humidity basement. We go way back to April 1947. I was not born yet. No, I wasn't, folks, but it's on the Manor label. It's Savannah Churchill and the Five Kings going out to Mark in Australia. The song is called I'm Too Shy.
I could say I adore you, my heart lies before you, but instead I just sit inside. Oh, I want you to know, but I'm too shy. Whenever we are together, I speak of the weather, but I know I'm living a lie. Oh, I want you to know, but I'm too shy. I speak of people and things and places when I want to say, darling, be mine. Whenever you're near, my heart's out in spaces, but my poor tongue is always left behind. If you could just read my mind, I'm sure you would find why I worship you so. Oh, I want you to know, but I'm too shy. I speak of people and things and places when I want to say, darling, be mine. Whenever you're near, my heart's out in spaces, but my poor tongue is always left behind. If you could just read my mind, I'm sure you would find why I worship you so. Oh, I want you to know, but I'm so shy. I'm so shy.
There you go. That's going out to Mark Langdale in Australia. That's the sound of Savannah Churchill and the Five Kings from April, way back, April 47, released there on Manor Records. I'm Too Shy is the name of the tune. Some of these Manor Records, they're pretty rough because the recycled vinyl, the vinyl during the war, certain materials were not available, so they had to melt down returns, 78s that were returned, and melt them down and repress them. So that's why the sound quality on some of the 78s is not good. It probably can get cleaned up, right, Darren, with a filter to get out some of that stuff, but it's kind of, I don't know if it's like an artificial sound or whatnot, but that's how it's going to sound, unfortunately. As we get further into the later into the 1950s, the vinyl sounds a lot better on this shellac. Johnny G here on a Thursday. We stay in 1947, and to give it, we're going to listen to the sound of the Charioteers. They signed their first recording contract with Decca Records back in 1935, and between 35 and 1939, they had recorded for Decca and their affiliated labels, V-Disc, Vocalion, and Brunswick Records, but they really never had a hit. But in 1938, they signed with Columbia and also had releases on their subsidiary OK Records. And they remained there for about 10 years. And really, the group was fortunate enough to back up the likes of Frank Sinatra, Pearl Bailey, and Bing Crosby on many of their tunes. And here's one they released in May of 1947 on the Columbia label. They had a lot of releases, I think about 33 or so, maybe even more, on the Columbia label. Now, this tune first done, I think, by Vaughn Monroe for RCA Records, and but other people recorded it. They were all released around the same time in May of 47. I think Vaughn Monroe on RCA, Sherman Hayes on Aristocrat, and Gordon Jenkins on Decca. But let's give a listen to this version as done by the Charioteers. It features Billy Williams on lead from May 1947. The Charioteers on Columbia. It's called Say No More.
No more, kiss me and say no more. My heart has waited for this to come true. Though it's cold December, it seems like May since you said you're mine. It's a perfect day. Your lovely eyes, all aglow, tell me it's really so. That's all I want to know. Now life's complete. I'm simply speechless, spellbound. I'm carried away. Darling, say no more, for there's no more. Lord, tell me if it's really so. That's all I want to know. Now life's complete. I'm simply speechless, spellbound. I'm carried away. Darling, say no more, for there's no more. Ooh, say no more, my darling. Say no more.
Yeah, the sound of the Charioteers here on the Vinyl Treasure Show from May 1947. That is Billy Williams. Billy Williams on lead with the Charioteers on the Columbia label. Say No More is the name of the tune. Let us continue here, move into 1948 now with a flip side from the last 78 show as I featured Joe Swift, a discovery of Johnny Otis. Came out on Leon Peel's exclusive record label out of Los Angeles, California. The side I played was called What's Your Name? But let's give a listen to the flip side. I think actually this is the intended A side of the tune. A tune that he wrote. This is his second of 5 on the exclusive label from September 48. Joe Swift with Johnny Otis and his orchestra. The song is called That's Your Last Boogie.
There was a chick, what a girl, built up fine, teeth of pearl. She had a guy doing him wrong. He called her one night and started singing this song. That's your last boogie. That's your last boogie. That's your last boogie. You won't boogie woogie anymore. Another case I recall. Chick named Grace, cat named Paul. She stayed in, he stayed out. She spied him one night and began to shout, that's your last boogie. That's your last boogie. That's your last boogie. You won't boogie woogie anymore. Here I lay in my bed, eyes all black, nearly dead. I saw her, but she saw me first. My baby started crooning this little verse. That's your last boogie. That's your last boogie. That's your last boogie. You won't boogie woogie anymore. Some advice straight to you. If you play, you pay too. So be wise, I mean soon, or you will be hearing this graveyard tune. That's your last boogie. That's your last boogie. That's your last boogie. You won't boogie woogie anymore.
you go. That is Joe Swift with Johnny Otis and his orchestra. That is the intended A-side from September 1948 on the exclusive label. It's called That's Your Last Boogie. I don't know about being your last boogie. Maybe, Grace, that is your first boogie, we'll say. But thank you all for being here. Got to give a shout out to Big Dave Swinger. He is broadcasting Johnny G at his Better Days record store. And hopefully the patrons there are buying lots of records there. LPs, I don't know if you have 45s, Big Dave. I should check out your stock. Maybe there's something I need there. As we continue here on the Vinyl Treasures show, let's go to this blues singer from Elmar, Arkansas, born January 31st, 1906. And he was known as the Honey Dripper. What is a honey dripper anyway? But first recording for OK Records back in 1929, but he recorded for a number of different labels during his career. Lots of releases on the Decca label, also on Columbia and also on Bluebird. But here's one he did on the RCA label with the original Honey Drippers, who were Lucius Henderson. He was on trumpet. Martin Bow. He was Martin Bow, and actually Calms Julian were the both saxophonists, and Leonard Caston on guitar, Curtis Ferguson on bass, Hayward Cowan on the drums, and the singer here, Roosevelt Sykes. He was on piano and on vocals. This one recorded in Chicago back on February 5th, 1947, was released in January of 1948. Let's give a listen to Roosevelt Sykes. Roosevelt Sykes and the original Honey Drippers on RCA Records. It's called I'm Her Honey Dripper.
I'm over here at this table by the tree. Come on, baby, I want you to wait on me. I'm gonna tip her. I'm gonna tip her. I'm gonna tip her. I'm her honey dripper. Now she's just my size, wearing a two-piece suit. When she walk away, boy, don't she look cute? I'm gonna tip her. I'm got to tip her. I'm gonna tip her. I'm her honey dripper. One thing that worries me, she keep her hanging around with Sporting Will Lee. He ain't gonna tip her. He ain't gonna tip her. He ain't gonna tip her because I'm her honey dripper. We over here by that tree, but I got my eyes on Sporting Will Lee. He ain't gonna tip her. He ain't gonna tip her. He ain't gonna tip her because I'm her honey dripper.
There you go, Jump Blues here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. That's Roosevelt Sykes And the original Honey Drippers there from January 1948 on RCA Records. I'm Her Honey Dripper. Johnny G is your Honey Dripper DJ for a Thursday afternoon. Thank you all for being here. If you like what you hear, please give me a thumbs up. Click that on my YouTube page. This is the second show of the week. I'll be back on Saturday night beginning at 9 p.m. Eastern Time with all your requests. That's my 45 show, so if you have a request, you can send it to me at vinyltreasures@aol.com. If I happen to find your request on a 78, I will feature it here. So you can email me and ask me that if you don't have a chance to listen to the show. But anyway, let us continue here. Let's move to 1949 now. Now, on the April 18th, 2024 78 show, I played a request for listener Tom Shaughnessy. He requested the Cabineers. Supposedly this group is out of Cleveland, Ohio, and they did a tune called Whirlpool, featured the female lead of Maggie Furman. Now let's give a listen to the flip side before I file it back down in the no humidity basement. Now this is an up-tempo. This is with the Bill McRae Trio providing the instrumentation, which is really, it says on the label, piano, a bass, and guitar. From September 1949, the Cabineers on the Abbey label. It's called You're Just a Great Big Heartache.
You're just a great big heartache to me. You just won't be what I want you to be. You can be an angel if you wanted to, but you'd rather break up my house and hurt me through and through. So I'm just a little bit too wise for you. Tell you what I'm going to do.
Tell me, sugar.
I'm gonna cut
Go
out,
ahead.
swing
Take an
out.
airplane.
Can't you plainly see you just a great big heartache to me? Oh, you're just a great big heartache to me. You just won't be what I want you to be. You can be an angel if you wanted to, but you'd rather break up my house. Talk to me, Willie.
Escalator, percolator, elevator, going up.
I'm just a little bit too wise for you. Tell you what I'm going to do.
Tell me, baby.
I'm gonna throw you
Go
out,
ahead.
lock you
Oh,
out.
yeah.
Can't you plainly see you just a great big heartache to me? You just a great big heartache to me.
Yeah, those are the Cabineers. The Cabineers from September 1949 on the Abbey record label. You're Just a Great Big Heartache. You know, this is really before the era of the vocal group. I think we start getting into the vocal groups like in, the Orioles were around really as your premier vocal group at the time, but really the other groups didn't really start coming into the forefront until 1951. So we'll get into those groups as we continue here. It's kind of like showing you a history of how the music, and it's not like I'm going to play 50 records all from the early 1940s. That'd be too much here, but it's nice to show how the music has evolved, and that's what you get here. I was like debating to put this as an educational as an educational show and whatnot. But it is really that. I should probably teach a course at Westchester Community College here about the music. That would be interesting. But let us continue here in 1949 for this next artist, born July 8th of 1908 in Brinkley, Arkansas. This singer-songwriter and multi-instrumentalist, I think mainly on the saxophone though, was also a band leader. Now his career spanned from the 1930s through the 70s until his death. He died, I think, 1975. But during the 40s, he achieved his most popularity. Now, many of his releases came out on the Decca label with his group called the Timpani Five. And this is on the Decca label. Gotta ask Lenny G, though, who's into the cha-chas. This is a foxtrot. So, Lenny, do you know how to do the foxtrot? And does anyone know how to do the foxtrot? I do not. But anyway, let's go to March of 1949. Let's give a listen to Louis Jordan and his Timpani Five. It's on the Decca label. It's called You Broke Your Promise.
You left me all alone. Now all I do is stay home and wait by the telephone. 'Cause you broke your promise. You broke your promise. Now I'm all alone and blue. Baby, you said you loved me. You said you loved me. Not a word you said was true. You said that you'd be mine forever, and we would never, never, ever part. But you broke your promise. You broke your promise. That is how you broke my heart. Promise. Now I'm all alone and blue. Honey, honey, you said you loved me. You said you loved me. Not a word you said was true. You said that you'd be mine forevermore. When I got home, I saw you walk right out that door. 'Cause you broke your promise. You broke your promise. That is how you broke my heart. You said you'd stay with me till the day I die. Now, honey, tell me, why did you tell that lie? You made us part. You broke your promise. That's how you broke my heart.
Yes, from March 1949 there. That's Louis Jordan and his Timpani Five. One of the many releases he had on the Decca record label. You Broke Your Promise is the name of the tune. So there you go. They call that a foxtrot, Lenny. That's an awful fast dance. I wouldn't call it a trot, is it? I don't know, but let us continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Let's move into 1950. Now, what caught my eye with this next 78, was the instrumental group on this, because it said with the Ben Smith Quartet. And that Ben Smith would later become the owner of the Extra record label and other labels too. Some great releases on Extra Records that I do play on the Saturday night show. But prior to that, he had his own band. He played alto sax and drums. And the other members were Edward Sneed. He was on bass. Lanny Scott was on piano, and Artie Long on guitar. And they're behind a gal by the name of Nellie Hill, whose career began in 1944. Actually, it lasted all the way to 1989, but she only had 6 releases in that stretch. 6, I think one was in Paris, so we'll count it down and say 5. But she was known as the Singing Thrill, and a beautiful woman too. But she had 3 releases on this Abbey label. This is her second, a tune written by Rudy Toombs from February of 1950. Let's give a listen to Nellie Hill. Nellie Hill on Abbey Records. It's called Blues. Blues. I wrote this wrong here. Blues Got Me Walking and Talking to Myself. There you go. This is Nellie Hill.
What's the use of me crying or making a wish on a star when that wouldn't ease my mind, while my man keeps on riding new gals in his Cadillac car? The blues got me walking, talking to myself. Well, if I didn't need him, that stuff wouldn't bother me none. I'd throw it right out my mind. But he knows that I love him. Still he goes out having his fun. The blues got me walking, talking to myself. Did you ever have that feeling, blue and worried feeling? Starts your head a-reeling when daylight comes a-stealing. You don't know what it's all about. You just want to scream and shout, but you won't find me screaming or weeping and mourning and such, 'cause I'm not the weeping kind. No, you won't find me screaming, but I'll be confessing this much: the blues got me walking, talking to myself. Yes, the blues got me walking, talking to myself.
Yeah, her name is Nellie Hill. Nellie Hill from February 1950. It's on the Abbey record label. Blues Got Me Walkin', Talking to Myself is the name of the tune. I think I might have another one by her. I got to check the boxes. I'm telling you, I'm discovering these records as I go along, pulling the boxes out of the no humidity basement. But let's stay in 1950 now. You collectors out there, well, similar at least to me, when I think of Big Joe Turner, I think of his releases only on the Atlantic record label, not knowing that he recorded way prior to that. So, you think of all those cool records he did, Shake, Rattle, and Roll, etc. But he has other releases prior to those Atlantic. I think he goes back to 1941 with releases on the Decca label, but also recorded on National and Downbeat and MGM and Freedom. And here's one on Eddie and Leo Mesner's Aladdin Records. This song recorded on November 6th of 1947 at the Mark Hopkins Hotel in San Francisco, California, but this wasn't released until October 1950. Now, it's a song he wrote. It's from October of 1950. Joe Turner on the Aladdin label. It's called Back Breaking Blues.
I'm going away, baby. Yeah, the way you on my mind. Yeah, I'm going away, baby. Yeah, the way you on my mind. If I stay around here, baby, I'll be in trouble all the time. Well, if you don't want me, why the hell don't you tell me so? Baby, if you don't want me, why the hell don't you tell me so? Well, I'll back my drum, baby, down the road I'll go. Stop your jiving, you don't have to pretend no more. Stop your jiving, baby, you don't have to pretend no more. And please don't get salty when I walk out and slam the door. Well, the big star's falling, won't be long for day. Yeah, the big star's falling, won't be long for day. So long, pretty baby, I guess I'll be on my way. I'm gonna do you like a farmer does his potato. Yes, I'm gonna do you like a farmer does his potato. I'm gonna plant you now, but I'll be back to dig you later. Well, you never miss your water until your well runs dry. Well, you never miss your water till your well runs dry. Well, you never miss your baby till I say bye-bye. But take me back, baby. Try me one more time. Take me back, baby. Try me one more time. Well, if I don't please you, I'll break my back and try. Try me.
There you go. That's Big Joe Turner there from October of 1950. That's on Eddie and Leo Mesner's Aladdin record label, and the Aladdins play really nice too, by the way. Back-Breaking Blues is the name of the tune. That's the tune he wrote. I have to thank Spence Wooten for introducing me to a lot of these 78s. When he exhausted his 45 supply, he says, you know, Johnny, and I never knew that I would be featuring 78s on my shows at all. But he would, I would see Spence every week for a number of years. He'd bring up records, 45s, LPs, 78s. And it's funny because when I would reject them, he would give them to me for my birthday, which is, I don't know why he did that, but he did. But I miss Spence. He is gone, I think, 2 years now, unfortunately. But he gave me a lot. He introduced me to a lot of records and got me some great records, 45s in my collection. Johnny G here on a Thursday. Hope you're digging on the tunes here. It's our 78 show. We do this every 2 weeks, as it takes me some time to prepare for this show for some reason, because these bulky 78s, not easy to go through. Not like 45s that are really easy. I compile them back here on this table with no problem. But let us continue now, and let's move into 1951. Now we get into the vocal group era. Now, beginning in 1951, and on the April 25th, 2024 78 show, I featured this group from Washington, D.C. They were known as the Four Dots. They recorded for Randy Wood's Dot record label. The side I played was the flip side of this, called You Won't Let Me Go. Now, this group, they're backed up by the Griffin brothers. They were providing a lot of the instrumentation, at least at this time, for Randy Wood's Dot label. And this group included Rudolph Harris, he was tenor, Lawrence Green, baritone, George Davis Jr. was the bass, and the lead singer of the group, his name is George Harris. And this was the intended B-side of their 78. This never came out on a 45. It's only available on a 78 unless you get a boot. It's from May 51. The Four Dots on the Dot label. It's called My Dear.
I don't know why you left me. Don't know why, but you did. And it was wrong, my dear. Maybe one day you will appear, and I'll be happy again. For it was right, my dear. One day you will find that our love was really true. Then I'll only hope we can start life anew. Darling, please come back to me, for it is our time you're wasting, and it is wrong, my dear.
One day you will find that our love was really true. Then I'll only hope we can start life anew. Darling, please come back to me, for it is our time you're wasting, and it is wrong, my dear.
There you go. Those are the Four Dots. The Four Dots from May 1951. That's on Randy Wood's Dot record label. That is a George Harris on lead, not on a 45. That's only on a 78. The song entitled My Dear. Let's move into 1952 now with a flip side from the last 78 show. Featured the Checkers. The Checkers on Sid Nathan's King record label, their second of 10 for King, a great song called Night's Curtains. But here is the flip side. It's a jump. It features a bass lead, that of Bill Brown. Now, he previously was the bass of the Dominoes, and he left along with Charles White to form this group called the Checkers. This tune written by Henry Glover. We go to November of 1952. The Checkers on King. It's called Let Me Come Back.
I want to come back to you, baby, where I belong. Well, I want to come back, 'cause I know I've done you wrong. I have cheated, I've lied, I know how much you have cried. Let me come back where I belong. Let me come back to you, baby, where I belong. Let me come back, and I'll never do you wrong. I know it's a low-down shame, the way I did you I'm to blame. Let me come back where I belong. I've had a little talk with my own self. I know there can't be no one there. I'm sorry, baby, 'cause I know I've done you wrong. Let me come back where I belong. Blow it, blow, blow. Let me come back. Hey, come back, jump, jump, jump. Let me come back. Your home, so sure you'll wait, and now I hope it's not too late. Have mercy, mercy, baby, 'cause I know I've done you wrong. Let me come back where I belong. I wanna come back to you, baby, where I belong. Well, I wanna come back, 'cause I never did you wrong. I have cheated, have lied, I know how much you have cried. Let me come back where I belong. Let me come back where I belong.
Yes, November 1952 release there for the Checkers with the bass lead there. Bill Brown on lead with the Checkers. That's their second release on Sid Nathan's King Records. They were out of Cincinnati, Ohio. Song entitled Let Me Come Back. And I hope those of you finding out about the Vinyltreasure show will come back here. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Tell your record collector friends about it, or your friends that just like the music. This is I kind of give a history lesson. It's interesting because I told the YouTube folks that this is, I'm not just sitting here playing records. I'm kind of talking about their history. We get it right. Charlene, my administrative assistant, who helped me with this show this afternoon, we try to find the right information. Sometimes we're wrong, and sometimes I don't pronounce it the places that well. But I try to get it right, as most people just sit back and play records. But we do more here on the show here. It's kind of like an entertainment thing, because you can watch it on your TV, those of you tuned into the program. Let's continue here. In 1952, this is this great group out of Newport News, Virginia, on Eddie and Leo Mesner's Aladdin record label. This was their seventh release for the Aladdin folks, a tune written by Ray Noble back in 1938, who recorded it first, by the way, I think for maybe it was Brunswick Records. I think Tony Martin did the lead or did the vocal. But let's give a listen to this version as done by the great Five Keys. It features the great Rudy West on lead. And this is Memories of the Time Capsule Show. I want to send this one out to Joe Marchesani in Cedar Falls, Iowa. This is July 1952. The Five Keys on Aladdin. It's called I Hadn't Anyone Till You.
I hadn't anyone till you. I was alone. Lie awake and wonder if there could be someone in the wide world just meant for me. Now I had to save my love for you. I never gave my love till and through my lonely heart demanding it, Cupid took I had in it. I hadn't anyone till you. I had to save my love for you. I never gave my love till you. And through my lonely heart demanding it, Cupid took I had in it. I hadn't anyone till you.
That's the great Five Keys there on the Aladdin record label. That's their seventh release for Aladdin, July 1952. I hadn't anyone till you is the name of the tune. That is Rudy West on lead. That up-tempo bit there, that kind of tempo change, that's Dickie Smith, I think, coming in there at the up-tempo there. Aren't the great Five Keys there? Aren't they great? As we continue here on the Vinyltreasure Show for a Thursday afternoon, got a little bit of out of sequence here as we go to Harlem, New York with this next group. Actually, it's a request for Daniel Kubacki. He requested this on my Saturday night show, but I don't have this on a 45, and it is on a 45. At Five Keys is on a 45 too. I do have the 45, a nice copy that Spence sold me. But actually, wait, I take it back. we're not doing the Five Crowns yet. We're going to do the Todd Rhodes Orchestra. And the Todd Rhodes had a number of 78s. Wait a minute. I have a number of 78s from the year 1952. So let's go back to Sid Nathan's King record label for this gal who is the featured vocalist behind band leader Todd Rhodes. I think prior to this, she was featured behind Paul Hucklebuck Williams and his orchestra on Savoy Records, but then for Sid Nathan's King Records with Todd Rhodes. Her name is Connie Allen. Connie Allen doing the vocals here. Let's go to February 52. Todd Rhodes and his orchestra with Connie Allen on the vocals. It's called Your Daddy's Doggin' Around. Connie Allen.
What did you see? I saw him holding her tight. What did you see? I saw him kiss her goodnight. So you finally found your daddy's dogging around. What did you hear? Just what everyone heard. What did you hear? I heard he give me the bird. So it's all over town. Your daddy's dogging around. What did you do? I made him take back his ring. What else did you do? Then I took all my things. That bedroom set, you let him get on the easy installment plan. That brand new car that ain't paid for, I'm taking it back to the man. So you see, I'm no clown, won't stand no dogging around. So you see, I'm no clown, won't stand no dogging around.
There you go, folks, from February 1952. That's Todd Rhodes and his orchestra featuring Connie Allen. Connie Allen on lead there. It's on the King record label, song entitled Your Daddy's Doggin' Around. As we continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show, let's go to Harlem, New York now with this request for Daniel Kubacki. I couldn't play this on the Saturday night show. I only had the 78. This is on a 45. This group first signing with Eddie Heller's Rainbow Records in 1952. They had 4 releases on the Rainbow label. Daniel requested their third, a song first recorded by Joe Stafford in November of 1952 on Columbia Records. But let's give a listen to this version as done by the Five Crowns. It features James Papa Clark on lead. We go to January 53, the Five Crowns on Rainbow with Keep It a Secret for Daniel.
If you see my darling with somebody new, keep it a secret. Whatever you do, why should you tell me and break my poor heart? Then foolish pride would just drive us apart. If you see my darling in some rendezvous, pay me the time when, oh boy, she was blue. Pay no attention and just let it be, but keep it a secret from me. Beneath the sun, oh boy, she was new. Pay attention and just let it be, but keep it a secret from me. But keep it a secret from me.
That's the great sound of the Five Crowns by request for Daniel Kubacki, January 1953 release there. Eddie Heller's Rainbow Records. Keep It a Secret is the name of the tune. That's James Papa Clark on lead. This does come on a 45. I don't have it. It comes on red vinyl too. Every time I try, and even for trash, that's not a mint copy by any means, but I tried going after a copy. Not in the greatest shape, and it went for stupid money, as Greg would put it. But anyway, I digress. I am your Thursday afternoon disc jockey. This is our second show of the week. Last night I did my all 60 show soul records out of my collection, and that was a successful show last night. This is the 78 show I do in the afternoon from 2 to about 4:30, and then I'll be back Saturday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 to midnight, with all your requests. So if you have a request, can't be a big hit though, please send it to me at vinyltreasures@aol.com. And also, if you're new to the program, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel, as it is growing in leaps and bounds as we continue here. And here is a flip side request for Edmund Williams in Queens, New York. I saw Edmund in the chat room, as on the last 78 show I featured Willie Mabin and his combo, 78 on the Chess label, a song called I Didn't Know, which is actually the third press. This song first issued on the Parrot label and also came out on Checker. Now, I think, Edmund, you asked for the flip side of the 78, so let's give it a whirl here. November 1952, Willie Mabin and his combo. It's a song he wrote. This is on Chess Records. It's called Worry Blues for Edmund.
So worried, baby, I don't know what to do.
I'm so worried, baby. I don't know what to do. Most of my troubles is all on the kind of you. No matter what I do, you never satisfied. No matter what I do, baby, you never satisfied. Don't forget 8 years ago when you said you would be my wife. Just remember, baby, I'll always be in love with you. Just remember, baby, I'll always be in love with you. Just remember one thing, I like the way you do.
As blues here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. That one there by request for Edmund Williams. Also going to send this one out to Dennis Fluharty. He likes the blues, especially Willie Mabin and his combo, November 1952. That's the flip side of I Don't Know, a song entitled Worry Blues. I have it on the Chess label. Let us continue here, 1952. Let's go to the Ravens now. After their releases on Columbia and its subsidiary OK Records, they signed with Mercury in the fall of 1951. And their first release for the Mercury label, they backed up Dinah Washington on her version of Out in the Cold Again. But let's give a listen to their third release on the Mercury label. And if you like bass leads, deep bass leads, you're going to like this one, as it features Jimmy Ricks on lead. And they do a fine rendition on this Cole Porter tune. And the group at this time included Jimmy Ricks, Louis Frazier, Jimmy Stewart Jr., and Joe Van Loan. From February 52, let's give a listen to the Ravens on Mercury Records. It's called Begin the Begin.
The begin.
Oh, when they begin to begin. It brings back a song of music so tender. Well, it brings back a night of tropical splendor. When they begin, the begin.
Wow, 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 wow.
To live it again is past all endeavor, except when that tune touches my heart.
And there we are, swearing to love forever, and promising never, never to part.
Well, what moments divine, yes, what rapture serene. Till clouds came along to disperse the joys we had tasted. And now when I hear people curse the chance that was wasted, I know but too well what they mean. So don't let them begin the begin. Let the love that was once so far remain and remember. Let it speak with the dead desire I'll always remember. Oh, when they began, the beginning. Well, so don't let them begin the beginning like the play. Till the stars that were there before return above you. Oh, till you whisper to me once more, darling, I love you. And we'll certainly know what heaven we're in. Ah, when they begin, oh, when they begin, oh, when they begin, the begin, the begin.
Those are the Ravens there. Jimmy Ricks and the Ravens. You heard Joe Van Loan with that high falsetto come in there. That's their third release on the Mercury record label, Begin the Begin. I can play that by a lot of groups and singers, though. It really is a song that was covered by many. As we continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show, and let's go into 1953 with the Orioles here, and this is a flip side from the last 78 show. As actually, I think this was a request, if I'm not mistaken. Charlene took, she was reading the chat, and I think Harry Riles requested the flip side of the record that I played. I featured their 29th release on Jerry Blaine's Jubilee record label, their rendition of the tune Till Then. Now, the flip side is another cover tune. This song first done by the Cats and the Fiddle on the Bluebird label. I featured that here on the 78 show from May 1940, that release. But let's move up 13 years to January 1953. It features the great Sonny Till on lead. Send it out to Harry Riles, January 53, the Orioles on Jubilee, their rendition of the tune I Miss You So.
Those happy hours I spent with you, that lovely afterglow, most of all, I miss you so. Your sweet caresses, each rendezvous, your voice so soft and low, most of all, I miss you so. You once filled my heart with no regret, no fear. Now you'll find my heart filled to the top with tears. Yes, and I'll always love and want you to. How much you'll never know. Most of all, I miss you so.
to say we'll never part, my dear. And now I am longing for you to girl be near. Well, I'll always love you and want you to. How much you never know. Most of all, I miss you so.
That's the great sound of the Orioles there from January 1953. It's by request for Harry Riles, Sonny Till and the Orioles, their rendition of the tune I Miss You So. With that one there on Jerry Blaine's Jubilee record label. We'll also send that one out to Joe Marchesani in Cedar Falls, Iowa. As we continue here on the Vinyltreasure show, and how many of you are familiar with a group called the Spiders? They're out of New Orleans, Louisiana. They do a song called I'm Slippin' In. You know that tune there on the Imperial record label? It was the group's third release for Imperial, released in June of 1954. But that was not the original release of the song. The song was first done by this gal. She was also out of New Orleans. Her name was Rose Mitchell, and it was her first of two on the Imperial record label, and this does come on a 45. Spence sold me this. Again, this record was introduced to me by Spence Wooten. The tune written by David Bartholomew. He was the A&R man for Imperial Records at the time. Let's go to August of 1953 and give a listen to Rose Mitchell. Rose Mitchell on the Imperial label, and this is the original version of the song. It's called Slippin' In.
I'm slipping in. Please don't make that noise. I'm tipping in. I've been balling with the boys. Oh, my mother, she will understand. But my father will raise all kinds of sand. I'm slipping in. Help me take off this shoe. I'm tipping in. I've been drinking heavy too. Oh, my mother, oh, she's really sweet. But my father will put me in the street. I'm slipping in. Will you put off that light? I'm slipping in. I look an awful sight. Oh, my mother, she will understand. But my father will put me in the street. I'm slipping in. Help me take off this shoe. I'm tipping in. I've been drinking heavy too. Oh, my mother, oh, she's really sweet. But my father will put me in the street. Boy, I'm slipping in. Jack, it's 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, sounds of New Orleans. That's this New Orleans style here. on the Vinyl Treasure Show. That's Rose Mitchell. That's her first of two on the Imperial record label from August 53. Slippin' In is the name of the tune. Couldn't slip in my shoes. Well, although I'm losing the weight here, I'm really happy to say that I lost 8.6 pounds the first week. I think I lost more too. I definitely feel it in my clothes. It's actually a good feeling, I can tell you that much. It always is. And actually, it's easier for men to lose than women, but I am happy with the success. But anyway, so I can slip into my shoes. Johnny G here on a Thursday. Thank you all for tuning into the program. And if you're new to the program, please consider subscribing. Also, if you have a request, you can send it to me at vinyltreasures@aol.com. If I have the 45, I'll feature it. You can't send me big hits because I can't. YouTube, this platform with YouTube, they are lenient with me, but not always. And if I play a big hit and the owners don't want it played, they will shut me down immediately. But anyway, I haven't yet. They haven't been out, so let's continue here. And we are in the year 1953. Now, this group initially recorded as the Four Dukes and also the Heralds, but they were from the Crown Heights section of Brooklyn. Now, the group included Donnie Seasted, he was tenor, Tommy Smith baritone, Edward Sonny Benton bass, a pianist, Al Brown, and the lead singer of this group, his name was Billy Dawn Smith. And this was their debut single, came out on the Decatur record label. And this actually comes out on a 45. It's a styrene 45. I had a chance to buy it, but too much money for a used condition of it at one of the Allentown shows that I went to. But let's go to April of 1953 for the Billy Dawn Quartet. I featured the flip side of this a while back, I think on my first 78 show. But let's play the flip side here from April 53 on Decatur Records. It's called Crying for My Baby.
I'm gonna cry, cry, cry.
You're gonna cry, you're gonna cry,
Because my baby's gonna get.
your baby's gone, your baby's gone.
Yeah, I'm gonna cry, cry, cry.
You're gonna cry,
Because my baby's gonna get.
your baby's gone, your baby's gone.
Yes, I don't know why I love my baby. She's just committed about everything.
Don't take the bad again.
Well, she lied and she cheated. She stole my money too. But when it came to loving,
Well, she knew just what to do.
I'm gonna cry, cry, cry. Because my baby got away.
Your baby's gone, your baby's gone.
Yeah, if anybody needs my baby, help her to please come back this way.
Don't be a fool. Remember, lovers say, once your girl is gone and left, don't take her back, just let her stay.
No, 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 I want my baby. And I don't care what lovers say. No, because I only love my baby, and she'll come back to me someday.
She'll be back here, buddy.
Sonny, my baby's
Just
gone.
cry about it. She'll be back. Come on over here. I'll introduce you to a nice little chick. Come on.
That's April 1953 release there for the Billy Dawn Quartet. Crying for My Baby is the name of the tune. That's on the Decatur record label. The flip side of this, don't know it off the top of my head, but after this release, they recorded in July 53 on Duke as the Four Dukes, and then in August of 54 as the Heralds on the Herald label. And again, Billy Dawn Smith, very instrumental in as a songwriter and a singer and a producer, doing lots of things in the 1950s and the early 60s. I think he was also a part owner of the Hull record label. B. Caslin, really the main owner there. But Johnny G here, spinning my 78s as we continue here. And let's go back to New Orleans, Louisiana. I just mentioned the Spiders with their cover of that tune. It's Rose Mitchell, Slippin' In. Well, here they are with their fifth release, their fifth of 14 on the Imperial label. Actually, it's a flip side from a couple weeks ago. I featured She Keeps Me Wondering with Leonard Chick Carbo on lead. He's also doing lead on the flip. I think this is the intended A-side too, by the way. And again, written by Dave Bartholomew. September 54 now for the Spiders on Imperial. It's called 21.
I'm 3 times 7, just made 21. Now I'm 3 times 7, just made 21. Going out, baby, and have myself some fun. Come on, baby, let's do a fancy dance. Come on, baby, let's do a fancy dance. Now that I'm a man, I've just gotta have romance. Hey, my money to have my fun. Nobody's business, cause I just made 21. I'm 3 times 7, just made 21. Going out, baby, and have myself some fun. When I come back, baby, don't be mad at me. When I come back, baby, don't be mad at me. Cause I'm full of fun, footloose and fancy free.
Yeah, they're called the Spiders on Imperial Records. That is Leonard Chick Carbo on lead from September 1954. Cool jump there. Song entitled 21. What do you got to be 21 now to drink? Really? Okay. Let us continue here in 1954. Here's a flip side from a couple weeks ago. Featured this group from the Washington Heights section of New York City. They had 3 releases on Bobby and Danny Robinson's Red Robin record label. The side that I featured was called I Cried. That played, well, actually, I played that on the July 4th show, July 4th, 2024. But let's flip the well, not 45, 78, because I do have this on a 45. But let's flip the 78 over. This group included Joe Brisbane, Burl Easton, Donald Razor, and George Thorpe, and the lead singer. His name is Charles Sampson. And say that because it did not happen here. I didn't change these. This was the group's what did I say? This is on Red Robin Records from May 1954. Let's give a listen to the Velvets. The Velvets on Red Robin Records. The song is called Tell Her.
Be sure to tell when you see her that she's my only love, my only love. No more will I deceive her. I swear was the tell her if I was unkind, I paid for my crime. Time and time again, tell her if she'll take me back. I promised her that I'll never hurt her again. Tell her I'm lonely and she haunts me. So tell her where I'll be, and if my baby wants me, please send her back to me.
I got to tell you, the 78s plays so much better than the 45s on the Red Robins there. May 1954, those are the Velvets, Charles Sampson and the Velvets. Song entitled Tell Her is the name of the tune. You know, they had a hit with their second release on Red Robin. I'll find the 78 because the version of I is different than the 45 version. The 78 version is different than the 45 version. I think Big Dave Swinger mentioned that on the last show. And anyway, but let us continue here in 1954. Let's fill a request for listener Edmund Williams. He sent me an email at vinyltreasures@aol.com. Well, maybe on Facebook Messenger for Edmund. But I didn't have his request on a 45. I tried to get the 45 in all instances. Sometimes it's just impossible. Okay, and at the time I had a chance to buy this record, Spence had it. I met him at the back of I met him over in Rockland County. I used to work in Newark, New Jersey. I used to do the tax returns for a major utility company in Newark, New Jersey. And on my way home, I would come down the Garden State Parkway and get on 87, and Spence would meet me because he was in Pompton Lakes. He would come down and meet me in the back parking lot of Home Depot before he ended up coming here. But so he shows me, I'm waiting there for him, and he comes in and he goes, I know this is out of your your price range, but I wanted to show you. And so I said, I guess you're going to tease me with this. So, you know, it's in the cardboard, and it's got rubber bands around it. So I take it off and I look, and it's a copy of the Moonglows with 219 Train. So I said to him, well, can I just ask you, I'll just ask you, how much is this? And he said to me that it was, I think it was 60, I think he had 6,500 on, 6,500, I think that was the price. But it was out of my price range because I was not paying that amount for records. Made a mistake, probably, although that's probably all of it now. I mean, I don't know. What is the, Gordy, what do you think the 219 Train may go for now on a 45? Now, I'm talking mint, okay? So my limit at that time was about half that price. But so I'm glad that he showed me that record, because he showed me a lot of records that were not going to me. They were going to others, but they were paying much more than I would pay. So, but that's the only time I had a chance to buy that record. But anyway, this is a request for listener Edmund Williams as we go to Art Sheraton's Chance record label. And this, what do I have here? This is the group's fifth release and the hardest of all their 45s, which is why I have it on a 78. And it features Harvey Fuqua on lead. He also wrote the tune. This is from September of 54. The Moonglows on the Chance label, going out to Edmund Williams. The tune is called 219 Train for Edmund.
Sometimes I could cry. Heaven help me, I could have died. I understand that we had to part, Don't know why life like this. It's you, miss. Don't know why. Sometimes I could cry. It's confusing, but amusing that I'm in love with you. Life is hazy, I'm going crazy. What more can I do? Well, I'm gonna lay my head on some lonesome railroad line. Let the 219 train ease my trouble mind. Play the song, Oh, my troubled mind.
There you go, my request for Edmund Williams in our YouTube chat. Those are the Moonglows. That's their hardest to find on 45. I mean, Spence got me a really nice 78 of this. A nice mint copy. September 54 on Chance Records. 219 Train is the name of the tune. That's Harvey Fuqua on lead. Let's continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. We are in the year 1954. Go back to Jerry Blaine's Jubilee record label for this group called the Toppers. This is actually a B-side. The A-side of this is a song called Baby Let Me Bang Your Box. That is the intended A-side, but I prefer the B-side here from February 54, The Toppers. The Toppers on Jubilee Records. It features John Kelly on lead. It's called You're Laughing 'Cause I'm Crying. The Toppers.
You're laughing 'cause I'm crying, but you know why I'm blue. You told me that you love me, but you've been so untrue. So you're laughing 'cause I'm crying, but I've got a right to cry. You use me and abuse me, and that you can't deny. You made me cry, but you don't realize that someday maybe someone will bring tears to your eyes. Yes, you're laughing 'cause I'm crying, but someday you'll be blue, and maybe while you're crying, I'll be laughing at you. I'll be laughing at you.
B-sides here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. There you go, February 54. That's the B-side to Baby Let Me Bang Your Box, that group called the Toppers. You're Laughing 'Cause I'm Crying. It's on Jerry Blaine's Jubilee record label. Now, the lead singer there, John Kelly, now he would leave the group and he would be replaced by Henry Austin, and then the group would change their name to the Hurricanes, and they would sign with King Records in 1955. Johnny G is your Thursday afternoon disc jockey, and we are here from 2 p.m. till about 4:30 or so. Got to make an announcement here as one of my listeners in New Jersey, Mr. Bill Olb, will be a guest host on the Rhythm and Blues Serenade this coming, I should say August 18th. It's coming up soon, and that is with Frank Chingaro and Gordon Skagberg. He will be doing his part 2 of Wayne Sterling, a really the second part of two shows, a retrospect of Wayne Sterling's lifetime of accomplishments, featuring radio air checks and first-time broadcasted interviews with the likes of Jimmy Beaumont of the Skyliners and other historical recordings, and that have never been heard over the air. So you're going to want to check out that show on WRHU FM 88.7, streaming live on WRHU.org. And that is on August 18th, 2024. It's a Sunday from 3 p.m. Eastern Time till 5 p.m. Bill Obe will be an in-studio guest there with Wayne Sterling Part 2. So you should tune into that show there. And we will continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. And let's go out to California now, as this group began as the Debonaires, or they were called the Debonaires while they were in high school back in 1953. Now, with their first release, I don't know if that's right. Well, anyway, let's just check that. They signed with the Bahari Brothers Flair record label, and I wrote this too. They had 7 releases on the Flair label. This is their 8th release. The tune written by the lead singer of the group. His name is Cornell Gunther. So let's give a listen to the Flairs. The Flairs from October 54 on Flair Records. It's called I'll Never Let You Go. The Flairs with Cornell Gunther on lead.
Tell me your mind, 'cause I love you so. I'll never let you go. I love you and adore you, 'cause you're mine and everybody knows. Pretty baby, oh so to really feel my soul. Tell me pretty baby that you never let me go. Tell me that you're mine 'cause I love you so. I'll never let you go. You're mine and everybody knows. Tell me that you're mine 'cause I love you so. I'll never let you go. You're mine and everybody knows. I need you pretty baby, oh so to really feel my soul. Tell me pretty baby that you never let me go. Tell me that you're mine 'cause I love you so. I'll never let you go. You're mine and everybody knows. I love you and adore you, 'cause you're mine and everybody knows. I love you and everybody knows.
There you go. That's the Flairs there. Cornell Gunther on lead. Excuse me, with the Flairs' October 54 release. I'll Never Let You Go is the name of the tune, and that is I have to in the beginning there, again with the wider groove. If it's slightly off center like it was, it pulls. So I probably needed to put the weight up there for it to track better on that. Sometimes it tracked okay. I don't know. One track's better than the other. I don't know what's going on with the turntables. But anyway, I apologize for the small jump in the beginning here. Let us continue here, and we are in the year 1954. Let's give a listen to this gal from Portsmouth, Virginia, and let's see, between the years September of 1949 and April of 1960, she placed 21 songs on the Billboard R&B chart. And her, along with Laverne Baker, were probably two of the hottest R&B gals of recording at the time. And I'm talking about Ruth Brown, and here she is with her rhythm makers, aka the Q's, backing her up. This is from July of 1954. Sounds so much better on a 78. Let's give a listen to Ruth Brown and her rhythm makers on Atlantic Records. The song is called "Oh What a Dream."
Woke up this morning and I looked around, so disappointed. I laid back down. Oh, what a dream, what a dream I had last night. Dreamed I held you in my arms, but I'm still waiting for that day to come. Oh, what a dream, what a dream I had last night. Dreamed we were walking down the aisle, the organ was playing. Here comes the bride. You looked down at me, you began to smile. When I looked around, everybody began to cry. I opened my eyes, you weren't there. All of my happiness just disappeared. Oh, what a dream, what a dream I had last night. Just disappeared. Oh, what a dream, what a dream I had last night.
That's July 1954 release there for Ruth Brown and her rhythm makers, aka the Q's, backing her up on that. Oh, What a Dream is the name of the tune. That one there on the Atlantic record label. We stay in the year, one more in the year 1954. Actually, this is a flip side request for Record Hound, aka Darren, in our YouTube chat, because on the last 78 show, I featured the Robins on the Spark record label with Riot in Cell Block number 9. And I think, Darren, you requested the flip side, so we'll send this one out to Record Hound in our YouTube chat room. May 1954, the Robins on Spark Records. This features Carl Gardner on lead, going out to Darren. It's called Wrap It Up. This is for Darren.
The first time I held you in my arms, you know that you thrill me with your charms.
got me doing flips, got me crazy as can be. I love you, baby, can't you see? But here's what you gotta do for me.
Well, in the winter,
wrap it up.
Oh, in the summer,
Wrap it up.
yeah, in the morning,
Wrap it up.
in the evening,
Wrap it up.
oh, when it's hot,
Wrap it up.
oh, when it's cold,
Wrap it up.
well,
Wrap it up, baby, and save it all for me. So kiss me and say that you'll be mine, and promise to love me all the time. You're my angel child, how you drive me wild. You're gonna make me lose my mind. I love you, baby, can't you see? 'Cause ooh, you look so good to me.
well, on the street,
Wrap it up,
you look so sweet,
wrap it up,
what a treat,
wrap it up,
well, can't be beat,
wrap it up,
got cute little feet,
wrap it up,
oh, you my me,
wrap it up,
well,
wrap it up, baby, and save it all for me. Oh,
uh,
oh,
uh,
oh,
B-sides here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. There you go. That's going out to a listener, Record Hound, a.k.a. Darren, in our YouTube chat room. That's May 54. That's the B-side to their first release, their first of 6 on Jerry Lieber and Mike Stoller's Spark record label, song entitled Wrap It Up. We played Riot in Cell Block number 9. That was with Richard Berry on lead there, but we just heard Carl Garner on the side, Wrap It Up. Not time to wrap it up yet. We are in the year 1955 now. And on the last 78 show, I featured the Turks on John Dolphin's Money record label with their tune called Emily. Actually, that was the intended B-side of that 78. Featured Gaynell Hodge on lead, a.k.a. they were really the Hollywood Flames. Now, the flip side, or I should say the A-side, came out on a 78 and a 45, is by the West Coast Turbans. They were out of Oakland, California, and they had a prior release on the Money label. Actually, one side is Money 209 came out twice. One side, I forget it, but the two different flip sides. But what John Dolphin did was they had another song he wanted to put out by this West Coast Turbans, but he didn't have a flip side for it. So he ended up putting a Hollywood Flames record as the flip side and just called it the Turks. That's what happened. But this was the intended A-side from February 55, the West Coast Turbans versus the Philadelphia Turbans that did When You Dance. But this group out of California on the Money label, it's called When I Return, the Turbans.
When I return from lands unknown, will you welcome me back home? Hug me real tight and
then will you squeeze me
with all your might?
And then will you tell me you love me still? Will you give me
one tender kiss?
And then will you help me
to reminisce?
Turn my make-believe dreams to real. Well, when I return,
will you be true?
Will we do the things
we used to do?
Will you say goodbye
and make me cry?
Please tell me no lie.
Tell me no lie.
Well, will things still be the same, baby, when I return? Well, will you hug me?
Hug me real tight.
And then will you squeeze me
with all your might?
And then will you tell me you love me still?
Love me still.
Will you give me
one tender kiss?
And then will you help me
to reminisce?
Turn my make-believe dreams to real. Well, when I return,
will you be true?
Will we do the things
we used to do?
Will you say goodbye
and make me cry?
Please tell me no lie.
Tell me no lie.
Well, will things still be the same, baby, when I return? Oh.
They're called the West Coast Turbans, or actually the Turbans, but we got a premise, the West Coast Turbans. February 55, it's on John Dolphin's Money Records, song entitled When I Return. Sounds of California here on the Vinyltreasure Show. Let's go to Chicago now, and let's fill a flip side request here for Julian McCroy. Actually, we opened up, I think I opened up the last 78 show with this group called the Dorados. The side I played was called Little Miss Love. That was February 1955 on Vivian Carter's VJ record label. Well, let's give a listen to the flip side here. From February 55, going out to Julian McCroy. This is a Perkle Moses on lead. These are the Dorados on VJ. It's called One More Chance for Julian.
Just one more chance to prove to you that I adore. Hey, oh baby, just one. Oh, now baby, just one. Just one more chance. Please give me one more chance to prove to you that I adore. Oh, I love you so, my darling dear. I love, oh, I love you so. And if you come back, darling, I'll never ever let you go. I whistle. And if you come back, darling, I won't ever let you go.
There you go. Those are the Dorados, Perkle Moses on lead. That's their second release on Vivian Carter's VJ Records from February 55 with a request for Julian McCroy's song entitled One More Chance is the name of the tune. We are in the year 1955. Let's go back out to Los Angeles, California. With this group first recorded as the Cadets on the Bahari Brothers Modern record label, and their debut single called I Cry Back with Don't Be Angry in April of 55. But when the Feathers release, we don't want to say that. Let's give a listen to the Jacks. The Jacks from October 55. They were also known as the Cadets. And this is on the Bahari Brothers RPM record label. It features Willie Davis on lead. The song is called This Empty Heart, the Jacks.
My love has gone. I said goodbye to all my friends. Oh, please come back to me and fill this empty heart of mine. The days I fear, the nights so dark and cold, my dear. Darling, no other love can fill this empty heart of mine. I'll make a million wishes upon a million stars. No matter where you go, my heart is where you are. Someday, my love, once more I'll hold you close to me. Till then, this misery will fill this empty heart of mine. I'll make a million wishes upon a million stars. No matter where you go, my heart is where you are. Someday, my love, once more I'll hold you close to me. Till then, this misery will fill this empty heart of mine. Heart of mine.
That's the third of 6 releases on RPM Records for the Jacks. The great Willie Davis on lead, and the Jacks there, October 1955. This Empty Heart is the name of the tune, sounding so good on a 78. Some of the 78s on the shellac sound really, really good. Let us continue here on the 78 edition for this Thursday afternoon. Let's do a flip side from the last show. Featured Frankie Lymon and the Teenagers on G Records. with their tune called "I Promise to Remember." But I really like Frankie Lymon and the Teenagers. When I was learning about the music, and their songs would always get played here in New York on local radio. They don't play it anymore, but. And again, really, the first, I guess we can call it Kitty Lead when he first started out, as so many others followed him. But again, with George Goldner as your teacher and Jimmy Wright in the orchestra there, made it for a great, great sound, and the early songs of rock and roll and vocal group harmony. But let's flip over "I Promise to Be True" from June of 1956, and you get this tune on the flip side. It's called "Who Can Explain." This is Frankie Lymon and the Teenagers on the G record label, June 56 release. Wouldn't you know, the copyright police come out with this song. There you go. That is the B-side to "I Promise to Remember," which was a follow-up to "I Want You to Be My Girl." But that song called "Who Can Explain" from June of 1956, George Goldner's G record label, with the great Jimmy Wright and the orchestra there. There's a cool tune. As we continue here, we are in the year 1956. Here's a flip side play from the last 78 show. Actually, I featured the intended B-side of this 78 on the Joyce record label. The group was called The Gay Tunes, and I played the B-side. It was called "I Love You" from November of 56. But this is the intended A-side, tune written again by the lead singer. His name is Earl Curtin, Kirton. But this is the A-side from well, actually, the A-side. The song is called "You Left Me," the Gay Tunes from November 56.
You love me alone and blue. to cry.
That's November 56, Bubbles and everything in that. Although that plays pretty good for the condition it's in. That was in the box there, not in great shape, but that's a great tune. The gay tunes there. That's the intended A-side, You Left Me, from November 56 on Joyce Records. That's Earl Curtin on lead. This group first recorded for the Timely label back in 1953. This was their next release on Joyce Records, and they have one more, a great one that they do on the Dome label from 1958. Johnny G is your Thursday afternoon disc jockey. If you're new to the program, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Tell your friends about it and give me a thumbs up if you enjoy these 78s that I put together this show for. Let's continue in 56. This is a flip side from the last 78 show that I did. This group called the Co-eds. They recorded a 2 for High Weiss's Old Town record label, and all four sides of their records songs were fantastic in my opinion. But this is the B-side to their, or actually, is it the B-side or is it the A-side? I can't tell from this. But this is from, I featured I Love an Angel. It's the one that I featured a couple weeks ago. But let's flip it over here for this up-tempo side. It features Gwen Edwards on lead. They're called the Co-eds. The Co-eds from December 56 on Old Town Records. It's called I'm in Love. The Co-eds.
I can sing with the melody that my heart brings is the reason why I'm in love. Hear my heartbeat, hear it skip a beat. Yes, the reason why I'm in love. And that's why the birdies sing, not only for its spring. You and I know the reason why. That's what love will bring. For romance, make you sing and dance. That's what happens when you fall in love. It's a pretty baby, what you doing to me? Make my heart take a dip like it's in the sea. Brown-eyed baby, I'm in love with you. Your kisses through me, yes, so divine. I want you, baby, and you gotta be mine. Brown-eyed baby, I'm in love with you.
I'm in love.
That's why the birdies sing, not only for a spring. You and I know the reason why. That's what love will bring. For romance, make you sing and dance. That's what happens when you fall in love. Da dum da dee dee da, dum da dee dee dum da da da. Da dum da dee dee da, dum da dee dee dum da da da.
As Gwen Edwards and the Co-eds there on High Weiss's Old Town record label. I would say that was the A-side. I can see Alan Freed spinning that song there. From December 56, the Co-eds, a song entitled I'm in Love. Gwen Edwards on lead. Let's move into 1956. You know, when I used to go to the flea markets, so one of the guys he would sell me 78s, and he said to me, he said, Johnny, if you find any hits of 78s. I know somebody that'll give you $50 to $75 a piece for the hits. And I'm like, well, you got to be kidding me. I mean, like big hits of group records? He goes, yeah, because they can't find them for their 78 Wurlitzer jukeboxes. So I says, you got to be kidding. And this guy knew how to repair jukeboxes. One of my listeners, Nat Papagallo, in Naples, Florida, I think he's got 2 jukeboxes, and he's a collector. He says he puts the records in the jukeboxes. Now, every time that I would find records out of a jukebox distributor, a lot of them had like, maybe because they never took care of the records, I don't know, like grease and oil and all that on it. It was a pain to get off, as it would take me, and it would leave a hiss or whatever. But I think I sold a couple. I think I got like $50 or $100, and they would be looking for a record like this one that I'm going to feature. Actually, it's the flip side. I think I opened the show. Yeah, I opened the show with the flip side of this, the B-side called The Jones Girl, this group from New Haven, Connecticut, the Five Satins. So I couldn't file this back without playing the intended A-side of this as we go to March of 1956 for Fred Paris and the Five Satins. I know many of you are going to know this song. I don't think the copyright police will come out. If they do, I will let you know. But let's give a listen to the Five Satins on Al Silver's Ember Records. And this was always voted number 1 in a lot of the WCBS FM top 500s that people would write in. This was the number 1 song. This is Fred Paris and the Five Satins with their tune called In the Still of the Night.
Love you so,
There's actually surface noise on that one there. The Jones girl, did I say the Jones boys? No, the Jones girl plays really clean, but they played this side, whoever owned this record. Five Satins there, Fred Paris and the Five Satins from March 56, originally released on the Marty Kugel's Standard label, picked up by Al Silver's Ember Records. In the Still of the Night is the name of the tune. We are in the year 1956. Let's go back out to Chicago, to Leonard Allen's United record label. And this tune, written by Bill Bunky Shepherd, who was the group's manager. And of course, later on in the 1960s, he had a bunch of labels, one of them being Bunky Records. That was in 1967. But here are the Shepherds. The Shepherds, it features John Pruitt on lead. We go to March of 1956. This is on United Records. This is the flip side of Sherry. But how many of you know someone by the name of Moselle? Okay, a gal named Moselle, but that's the name of the tune. The Shepherds on United. It's called Moselle.
Moselle, come back. Moselle, come back. Moselle, come back. Don't treat me like that. Oh, please, Moselle, come back. You said you loved me true. You said you loved me true. You said you loved me true. Now what you gonna do? Didn't do nothing to you. Well, I cried the whole night through because I kept thinking of you. And then I walked our thoughts away, but I could still hear someone say, you did a run, you made her cry, and that's why she said goodbye. You did a run, you made her cry, and that's why she said goodbye. You did a wrong, you made her cry, and that's why she said goodbye. Now my heart is ringing like a bell, and I'm crying. I'll try to make it up to you. I'll be the things you want me to. I'll be your slave till both night and day. If you just say that you won't go away, I did a wrong, made a cry, and that's why she said goodbye. Now my heart is ringing like that, and I'm crying. Come on home, honey, my Moselle.
As March 1956 release there for the Shepherds. The Shepherds on Leonard Allen's United record label out of Chicago. Moselle is the name of the tune. That's John Pruitt on lead. How many of you know a Moselle? I don't know Moselle. I know Models. I used to buy some clothes in Models. Anyway, let's continue. We move into 1957, and this is actually a flip side from the July 4th, 2024 Vinyltreasure show. Played a tune called Wish She Was Mine, as done by the Crests on the Joyce record label. Let's flip the 45 over, and it features Johnny Mastrangelo on lead. You know, it's been, he passed away on March 24th of 2010. It's been a while since Johnny Maestro has passed, though. But again, his music lives on, and this is the group's second release for the Joyce record label. And there was a female singer in the group there, with the recordings on the Crests label. Her name was Patricia Vandross. She was the older sister to R&B singer Luther Vandross, and Johnny Maestro. No, I'm sorry. Mastrangelo was, Fred's going to kill me, was 18 years old at the time that he recorded this. This is from October 57, the Crests on Joyce. It's the ballad side. It's called No One to Love. October 1957 release there for the Crests. Johnny Mastrangelo on lead, No One to Love. That's on the Joyce record label. 2 more 45s to go. Gotta go quickly here. On the last 78 show, I closed the show with this group from New York City called the Cellos. We played the A-side of their debut single. Wait, was it their debut single? Yes. No. Yes, their debut single on Apollo Records called Rangtang Ding Dong, I'm the Japanese Sandman. Let's flip the 45 over here. It's a great ballad on the flip side from March of 1957. It features, what's his name here? It features Alton Campbell on lead. Alton Campbell on lead. This is from March of 57 on Bess Berman's Apollo record label. The song is called You Took My Love.
You took my love. You took my heart.
B-sides here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. There you go. That is the better side, in my opinion. That's Alton Campbell and the Cellos. That is the B-side to their debut single, Rang Tang Ding Dong, I'm the Japanese Sandman. Song entitled You Took You Took My Love, from March of 1957. That's on Bess Berman's Apollo record label. That's going to do it for Johnny G and the Vinyl Treasure Show. I want to thank you for joining Johnny G, listening to these cool 78s out of my collection. Again, if you have a request, you got to send it to me at vinyltreasures@aol.com. That is the contact. I will be back here 2 weeks from today, 8-15. That's the last week of August, I guess. But anyway, I'll be back then for more 78s out of my collection. But I'll be on Saturday night beginning at 9 p.m. Eastern Time for more of your requests. That's the 50s and early 60s show. Play the records by year. So anyway, I got to get out of here, folks. Again, if you missed any of the program, it'll be on momentarily on YouTube. It'll be up there on the archive. But the chat's been really showing up pretty quick. Really, it has been, like in a couple hours or so, even sometimes less than that. But again, I will be back then, and thank you, Charlene, again for all your help. Charlene, very helpful with this show today. And we're going to close the show with actually a request for Darrell Letts. Now, on Saturday night, I played a request for listener Gordy Freeman, featured the Chantels on George Gollner's N record label. The song was called If You Try, with Arlene Smith on lead, from July 1958. This is the flip side of but this is the 78, and it was requested by Darrell Letts. So our closer tonight is Arlene Smith and the Chantels from July 58 on N Records. The song is called Congratulations. So thank you all for being here. I'll see you next time right here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Don't forget to subscribe. Just want to say, everybody, so long, Chantels.